The Freedom Rides of 1961 were inspired by the Journey of Reconciliation, a 2-week bus journey in 1947. The first Freedom Rides of 1961, like the Journey of Reconciliation, was organized by CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality. On May 4th, 13 riders got on a Greyhound bus in Washington, D.C., bound for New Orleans. And when they got to South Carolina, John Lewis, along with 2 others, were attacked, attempting to enter a whites-only waiting area. And in Atlanta, the riders separated into 2 groups. One got on a Greyhound bus and the other on a Trailways. On May 14th, the Greyhound bus arrived in Anniston, Alabama, where an angry mob surrounded the bus as it approached the station. The driver kept going, the mob followed, bus tires slashed, a bomb was thrown into the bus, everyone escaped, and then the bus burst into flames. And those that escaped were surrounded and beaten. The Trailways bus traveled to Birmingham, where the riders were met and beaten by another mob. The picture of that burning Greyhound bus, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's horrific. And those photos appeared on front pages around the country and the world. Following the violence, CORE officials decided to abandon the Freedom Rides. Diane Nash, we met her earlier, organized 10 Nashville students to take up the cause. On May 20th, they were in Birmingham, ready for the 90-mile ride to Montgomery. And when the group arrived there, they were attacked in Montgomery by a mob wielding bats and clubs. Attorney General Robert Kennedy sent in 600 federal marshals to stop the violence. The next night, Dr. King led a service at First Baptist Church, attended by more than 1,000 supporters. A mob stirring outside. A group of Freedom Riders hidden in plain sight as members of the choir, as federal marshals held the rioters at bay. On May 24th, a group of Freedom Riders left Montgomery for Jackson, Mississippi, where after attempting to use white-only facilities, they were arrested and sent to the notorious penitentiary Parchman prison in Parchman, Mississippi. The sentence was handed down, 30 days in jail. Riders decided jail, no bail, began serving time. Between June and September, more than 60 Freedom Rides crisscrossed the South, with most converging in Jackson. 450 people were arrested, and they went to jail. The violence sent shockwaves through the country, causing some to condemn the Freedom Rides and others to salute them. On November 1st, following an interstate commerce decree, white-only signs came down. On the pilgrimage, we visited the old bus depot in Montgomery. It's now a museum. We were amazed by Bernard Lafayette's youthful mugshot on the wall, along with hundreds of others. And we listened to him talk about the violence and about his time in Parchman and the conviction with which he and others stood, and oh, how they sang. We also went to the First Baptist Church, and for one day, we became members of the choir. This next song, it's traditional. It was adopted by the SNCC leadership, including Dr. Lafayette. The buses are a-comin', oh yes. The buses are a-comin', oh yes. The buses are a-comin', buses are a-comin'. Buses are a-comin', oh yes. They're rolling into Jackson, oh yes. Rolling into Jackson, oh yes. Rolling into Jackson. Rolling into Jackson, oh, rolling into Jackson, oh